First of all, let's get out of the way that I am a psychic tarot reader, I'm an astrologer, and I am available for readings. Check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, to get a personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading from me or an astrology birth chart reading from me. I would love to read for you, and I do currently have a special going on. $50 for a 20-minute psychic tarot reading and a 20-minute birth chart overview reading. Check that out on my specials and discounts section on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. The link to my website's in the description box as well as the comment section. Capricorn, I understand that you are ambitious. I understand that you have goals that you're trying to set and that you're trying to achieve. But can you please at least make time for me, in your life? And I'm not just speaking about Capricorn, men that, I'm interested in dating or, Capricorn friends. I'm even talking about Capricorn family members. Capricorns, you guys are just so ambitious. And, I love that. That's awesome. I'm a Capricorn. I get it. But it's just like, is there anything outside of that? Do you value anything outside of that ambition? Do you value anything outside of your goals? And then there's this thing with you guys sometimes where I feel like, let me take a sip of coffee real quick. Shout out to Starbucks for sponsoring this video. And then you guys have this thing I noticed where you guys value certain people above others, especially if those people can benefit you or can benefit you for the time being. Case in point, I have a cousin who's a Capricorn, and I would love to spend more time with him. He's a January 16th Capricorn. He's younger than me, but I'm a Capricorn too, so we both vibe, on the same, frequency in terms of being ambitious and he wants to do music, he wants to do that, he's into graphic design, and that's what I went to school for, so we can learn a lot from each other, especially he can learn a lot from me, right? But of course he's younger, he's a younger Capricorn, he's gonna want to spend time around people that are young, around his age, but it's just I get it, because it's for now, that makes sense for him. But I feel like at the same time, it's just sometimes, I don't know, maybe I'm asking too much, but I don't feel like I'm asking too much. But then I don't know, I don't really ask anything from him, really. I don't know, maybe family wasn't the best example, but I'm just saying sometimes you guys can be, and I'm not calling my cousin a clout chaser or anything like that. Shade. Well, no, I'm not calling him a clout chaser, but sometimes you guys can be clout chasers. Sometimes you guys can ride waves or be friends with people or form relationships with people just for a certain purpose, and then once that person is no longer beneficial to you, that's when you come back around. I mean, it's like a cycle with you guys. You go through people like a cycle. Does that make sense? You just go through people. You go through friends. You go through family members sometimes, and it's just it's a cycle sometimes with you guys. We may see you today, but we don't know if we're going to see you tomorrow, next week, or next month. The next time we see you, maybe a year from now. I just don't like sometimes Capricorns, they have such high standards, and I'm a Capricorn, so yes, I'm reading myself. I'm a Capricorn Sun, Libra Moon, Virgo Rising, with heavy Capricorn in my 5th house. I have my North Node in Capricorn, my Uranus, Neptune in Capricorn, my Sun in Capricorn. What else do I have in Capricorn? There's one other thing I think I have in Capricorn. Uranus, Neptune, Sun. I don't remember the other placement, North Node. There's another placement that I have all in my 5th house in Capricorn. So I know what I'm talking about, alright? But I always have to remind you guys, when I do these videos, I'm not just ranting about you all, I'm ranting about myself too. So back to the topic at hand. Capricorns have this thing with them where they have high standards. They want you to be consistent. They want you to, know your place. They want you to, do this and do that and be this and be that. But they themselves sometimes don't live up to those standards. And it can just be so exhausting to deal with sometimes. And I find that Capricorns can sometimes be contradictory. Very much people do as I say, not as I do. I don't like that. You need to stand in your truth. If you're going to tell me to do something, you need to do that same thing. You can't tell me, you can have a certain standard for me or, something like that, but not set that same standard for yourself. And Capricorns, when we make plans together, can you tell me all that are involved in those plans? So you guys are great planners. You guys are types of people who need to know what's going on at all times. But when it comes to you guys making plans, I sometimes I'm I don't know. I feel like sometimes you guys need a second like person there with you to like, you know, me maybe like to get like to bring it all together, because what I don't like is when, okay, we agree to meet, you know, we agree to do something together, and the day comes for us to do something, and you have to go, you know, do 5,000 things before that meeting, which makes you late. Or suddenly, you know, the day comes and it's like, oh, my cousin's in town, can I bring my cousin? It's like Capricorn, like it it doesn't make it so annoying that it's like inconvenient, because somehow it's convenient when it comes to like when it comes to Capricorns and things popping up, like, you know, when you make plans with them. Sometimes it just makes sense, like, you know, I don't know, for example, like, you know, maybe you have a Capricorn boss at work, and your Capricorn boss tells you, come on, you know, come on your day off, you'll get paid, I'll pay you extra. But what he doesn't tell you is that no one else is going to be there on your day off. It's just going to be you and your boss, and you have to carry all the workload. It's like that kind of thing where it's like bait and switch. I don't like that sometimes. Remember, Capricorn, you are I use. That's your motto. You use. So you use people, you use circumstances, you use situations to your benefit. Not a bad thing, but it can just be so frustrating sometimes to deal with. I don't like that Capricorns don't like, they like to sweep things under the rug. You guys tend to have a lot of skeletons in your closet, but you're really good at keeping your closet shut, closed, tight, lock and key. Like, and that can be very frustrating, I find, you know, dealing with Capricorns as well. And I'm talking about Capricorn men and women. Is that you guys don't like to show weakness. You guys don't like to show vulnerability. So it can be so difficult to get any emotion out of you, any feeling out of you, any sense of how do you feel about me? How do you feel about this situation? And it's just like, you could say, "Oh, I love you. You know, you're awesome. You know, you're the best. You know, I want to be with only you," with a deadpan face, and still that person is like, "Okay." It's like you say this and that, but like the emotion behind it, the feeling behind it, sometimes isn't there, and it causes people to question your true intentions, your true, you know, whether or not they can trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you say something, like it goes back to that contradictory element sometimes, where it's like you guys sometimes say something and then do it differently, or it's like I don't know. It's like sometimes you say something, but the energy behind it's contradictory, or like the feeling behind it's contradictory. I don't like that you guys don't like showing vulnerability. I don't like that you guys shut out vulnerability. You guys shut out emotion, actually. Like, whenever a situation arises where it becomes a little bit emotionally chaotic, it's like a Capricorn shuts down. A Capricorn, you know, like, you know, they just grow cold. They, like, you know, they're just no longer there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in those moments, those are the most important moments in a relationship that define a relationship. Conflict resolution. Are you able to overcome a conflict? You can't overcome a conflict by shutting down and blaming the other person, maybe, like, you know, or like, I don't know, sometimes Capricorns can be really good at the Jedi mind trick, where they can make you feel like you're the person to blame. You are you know, the bad guy or the bad girl, and they're the victim. But they do it in such a sneaky way where it's like they just shut you off, and then, like, depending on how you react to that, like, you know, like if you react to being shut out by a Capricorn or cut off by a Capricorn, sporadic or crazy, then yeah, you know, that Capricorn is just going to use that to their advantage and make you seem like the crazy one, make you seem like the bad one, the bad guy. But even then, like, you know, like, just I don't like their ability to just silence a situation, silence other people, just by completely shutting them out, by completely shutting them down, gaslighting them, you know, and making people feel like they're crazy sometimes. I don't like that about Capricorns, is that sometimes you guys make people feel like they're crazy because you guys don't like dealing with emotion, because you guys like staying in control all of the time. And I think in that sense, sometimes you take situations or people for granted and you expect them to kind of always be around or be there. But then I think after using people or using situations, you know, so many times, once again, it goes to that cycle again. It's like people get tired of being on that Ferris wheel. People get tired of being on that hamster wheel, you know, and eventually they get off the ride that is called a Capricorn. Ugh, okay, I feel better. I feel like I got a good rant out about my sign. Alright, I feel like I felt, good about what I said. I felt like I made some valid points. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share with your friends and family. Follow me on my social media pages. My Instagram is at Lamarr Townsend. My Facebook is Lamarr Townsend Tarot. The links to my social media pages are in the description box below on YouTube. Also, make sure that you like this video, share with your friends and family, subscribe, and hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get a notification whenever I go live or upload a brand new video. This was my rant about Capricorns. I hope you liked it. I hope I didn't offend you too much. But, if I offended you, I don't know. I'm sorry. But maybe the truth hurts sometimes. Love and light. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.